1954, the community decided to send me to northern Rhodesia to work with the Jewish children there to try and talk, first of all, teach them about Keren Kayemet and things like that, and Hebrew songs, and try and get them to go to Habonim camp. Okay, so I went up there. I arrived on the 16th of July 1954.
Oh,
16th of July 1954, I arrived in Ndola, which is the town in which Hanan was then living. He had lived in Kitwe before that, and he moved to Ndola. Once he was married, he brought up children in Ndola. He was already doing it financially very well. Anyway, I arrived at the airport. At the airport is a girl called Renata Yesna. Renata was a Holocaust survivor. She was about 14 or 15 when she came to southern Rhodesia, and she lived in Bulawayo, where she'd come with her mother and her sister to an aunt who lived in Bulawayo, and she went to school, high school in Bulawayo, and then her mother remarried. Her mother was a Holocaust survivor and remarried, and the man lived in Ndola, northern Rhodesia. So the mother went to live in northern Rhodesia, and Renata went to live with her mother in northern Rhodesia, and while she was there, as she was already grown up, she met a Jewish guy from England called Ronnie Yesna, who was working in that place, and she married him. So when she came to meet me, she was Renata Yesna. She came to meet me at the station, and why? Because she was on Weetso. She was in Weetso there, and they sent her to meet me. And also, she knew me because she organized the whole thing for me there. And where did I stay? I stayed in her parents' home. Her mother and her mother's husband, who was a Kapulski, a brother of the original
Kapulski from here.
Were living in that double-story home in Ndola, northern Rhodesia. And that's where I was billeted to spend while I was in Ndola, to live in this lovely, very fancy home. And Renata had arranged, I arrived on a Friday, 16th of July, Friday. That night was Shabbat. So, and Renata arranged for after dinner, all the single people or the young marrieds to come and have coffee at her mother's house to meet Ronnie Fermanovsky from Bulawayo, who was coming to work with the youth. Okay.
So you were like the guest of honor?
Guest of honor that night. After dinner, coffee, like a kumzit sort of thing. And they all came on time, which was supposed to be around about 8 o'clock. Everybody was there, and we were sitting chatting, and it was very nice. And suddenly, 1 hour later, in walks a tall, handsome young man who should have been there at 8 o'clock.
But was late.
He was late. And he comes in, he says, "Mi medaber po ivrit."